Right. Machinda tatadzoka nasizuva rakadakazuva atiwanzoona zuva kamunyika yetu kuriona nhasi izuva rinakidza because tabvawo kunoshumira vana vakabhabhatidzwa vana baba DT vabhabhatidzwa nhasi tine magodfather kumashure but nyaya imwe chete yandoda kubvunza inondivhiringidzai hata mondivhiringidzwa ndichikura ndichingona zvaiitika yeyoti ndakaendeswa ndikabhabhatidzwa ndikapiwawo zita reusvondo vabereki vangu but ndichiteerera ndichizokura ndichionaso ndaiona kuti ndakazonzwisisa kuti munyika medu pane matiro ataitawo matendero ataita musikavanhu kungave kubika doro kutenda for harvest or just changes of seasons and all sorts nekungotenda mararamiro ataita but pakazosvika munhu akati zva zvamuri kuita zvakashata kubika doro if ndanopa ndakunzwisisa kuti ndiani akazodecida kuti isusu zvedu ndo zvakashata zvamwe ndo zvakanaka. And you look around the world chigara navanhu mari dzakasiyana siyana vari Christianity, Islam, Sikh Buddhism, nemamwewo even across continent yedu Africa. But the biggest thing is dominance here, say Christianity. We want more on our continent. Nemunyika medu Zimbabwe, churches are mushroom. And then even if you go North America, maybe balance achiripo but still ususu vanatematismani taiyerera nekunamata. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Rakamozwa umwe munhu achitaura kuti religion was a tool instrument to pacify humanity, so that it will make you weak mentally so you don't challenge it. But infrastructure and educate by the leaders of society, so you are easy to control. Saka amena tumongo na Godfather, mama Godfather usizvo mama chifunge chima vana vabhabhatidzi kutotenda tinopakutenda but zvakamira sei tasvika sei
right ipapo paonetsera kuti vana vabhabhatidzwa topakutenda zviro sei. There you go right there, because you had to say that in order to try and conform to the Christian society, because you realize that it's norm. And what you are trying to say or bring about right here goes against the contrary. Is this actually necessary? Because we are now going into that thing, we are following cultures and customs that are not ours. So are we following our culture or are we following Western culture? Are you enlightened or are you not enlightened? So this is the thing. Let's talk about that. If you were other people, I wouldn't even bring this about. But you seem to me like you are progressive Africans. And you realize these things, like I said on your last comment, my last comment on your last video, superstition. It's Western superstition. We have to take it at that as well. But you have to say that, because you are trying to compare. You're getting it. I'm failing to articulate myself properly, but I think you get what I'm trying to say.
What amazes me is that this religion, it's worldwide, and it's been there, it's been going on for centuries now. 2016, which means for the past 2016 years, Christianity has been growing. For Africa, it also came, it started growing. I think it came Nana Road. It's not said we're talking 200 years. Well,
but in Guayo, I'm tapping Maputkes didn't ask anyone to change Manamatir, and they were happy to come and do trade.
Yeah.
Akazu decided out Manamatra with us, right?
Hold on. I think let's look at the first missionaries between Diana Nani and Iriga. In the word, the Vasco da Gama keeps coming into mind. I don't know from history. Because these are some of the first missionaries and it. So the first missionaries are the ones to blame and it. The first missionaries are the ones to blame. Because when you look at our colonization and they did not come with the gun first and foremost. They came in the Bible first and then the gun later and so it was a soft approach. So I beg to differ, which the Portuguese left us untouched. No, the Portuguese were actually the first people to bring in Catholicism with them and you cannot also forget Islam. Islam is actually the fastest growing religion in the world, and I think most Africans are Islam and then followed by Christianity. It just so happens in Southern Africa, perhaps in Zimbabwe to be particular, we are mostly Christian around that southern region because of our interaction with the Arabs, slightly limited as opposed to up top. You can even see the Swahili as a language itself. It's not an original language. It's a mixture of native languages and Arabic. And it
was an instrument you control. Because if you take away a people's religion and you take away language, you control them.
Mind control. Mind. Our behavior changes. When you say that, you're saying the structure at in society. This is how to eat three subjects.
Because one thing I've seen, it's very difficult to discuss religion.
Yeah, but that is this is
religion is the beginning of one of the pattern, religion, money, and power. Those three. Those who concern positional participation.
But
peace.
You're right. Religion is very good theater power, which then makes you money, and it's really I think because why I would say that is that the pioneer column, for example, stand up in Zimbabwe. That time in Australia, it's been another Fort Victoria, but Victoria paid you back. Wachipa cross the border wachipa bongo makataka kwa force na missions
ndizo
sala mnangana mbele ngani bible
ndizo
ngani mashina ngani
ndizo
ngani bible asko kuzo the Jesu atara utizo kuna makuru mbama
sadzore
mupere madama akuru achipenza kutara angani futa uvasko kurowa zenya watenda kwa mti ziyo kwa mti futa uvati kwa gara ya lembi yangu because nezi mnyika tukutara nyetorera vanhu lendi atakatorerwa kuda but matorerwa ayakaita akatorerwa nebhaibheri vatarake vachesho vanzi makuya pana mozonamatira pana pamoshanda mapurazi pamorima purazi yangu but uchabhadhara nebhinzi dzamune mari machike nyika yanga iri yenyu zvinhu zvenyu but every sunday ndoda kuti muye muchinamata kana upedza kunamuda kuti vana vako vabhabhatidzwa kana wamapasira
mazifata acho anga ari muromo
eka isusu ndo takazopedzisirawo tatopingawo mazita iwayo
saka iwo ukatambura neupenyu obva waenda munafata nesande obva akuudza kuti uchaenda kudenga
saka we are working on hope intangible hope of something we can't experience now.
It means if you are suffering now, don't worry.
Yeah.
Which means at the back of their mind,
Yeah, this is
they have taken the capital out of your hands.
Neutralize.
Kanavatora capital, it means you are going to struggle.
Saka what does that mean?
And once you start struggling, they check people to check. So,
mabata mdareba mabata jeri
Godfather, I'm trying to do so. Saka, it goes with what you said, Godfather power. Saka, basically, when I didn't control religion right now, until my history, I'm not in Italy, power can be going back. I don't know. Power can be bringing it and I lead the Italy, I'm bringing it and a pop, the discounted Vatican and blah blah, since I shut it until I turn up to recognize the Vatican again as there. Then when you go around, well, religion has played a lot of influence, not only Christianity. When I go to those meetings, one in the name of religion, one Jew, this, that, you know, Buddhist, just because the methodology every approaching the but ultimately, faith. They took Pinanus by the way.
So pesa anoti Constantine wakapata.
Philosopher.
Adzidhi akatanga nenyaya yedu.
Saka Constantine akaripo century ipi?
Achaziye century yacho.
Because kana palipo zvakatangira chii chaitika before.
Ndiyo ndo kudora.
Aisiri akaita time yemaCrusade.
No.
Right. Saka manje zvakanyaya. Toda kumbochuza. Hatina mafact. Toda kuzoinvestigate IFT. Yakamira sei because
Kana mune mafact.
bali muchibotizeya vanoziva kuti vanhu vazhinji vanonamata mumhuri dzedu mabhururu edu samuel but kana muchinamata wakabata bhaibheri rakanyorwa only 2000
Christianity net
2000 years, all right. Talking about 2000.
Yeah.
But human beings have existed for 2000 makarati, but it's definitely over 2000. Saka imimi kana mchinamata nasi unamata Bible. Chicha mnofunga kuti chingadai chichiitika dero Bible risina kunyorwa.
Vanhu vane problem yekuti ndinonamata Pentecostal, ndinonamata Anglican,
Ndiri Kristo.
Ndiri Kristu.
Kunamata
chichi. My pastor this, my pastor that.
Saka
ndinonamata Mwari.
Sekuru
Pastor wako akasungwa. Uchaenda futi ere kuchechi.
Amen. Vateteguru vangu inini vaibika doro vachitenda mudzimu. Zimbabwe vazhinji muZimbabwe vanotaura pamwe vachatokutuka because pane munhu akatiudza kuti zvakashata. Saka ndipo panoda kuziva kuti zvakazoshata sei, chii chakashata panzira yavaita, chii chiri evil about it, chii chiri right pane new method of praying yatakushandisa ndeyedu here. And also just to put it out there, Jesu akambosvika kuZimbabwe here
ariko
Jesu ndinonzwa pachitonga nyaya dzekuEgypt nekuJerusalem, but tikada kuzvitarisa geographically zvinhu zviri kure.
anga asiri mumaHari.
Ana munhu wangu ari kumasvingo inoda zvekuVictoria
mukabvunza zvakawandisa ka muchatukwa nevanhu.
Handitaura zvinhu zvakashata ndakunzwisiso because ko isusu ndoda zvebrand Zimbabwe, brand identity. Ko isusu pamwe pane vanhu vakagona kunyora vakanyora Bible, that's good. Isusu matateguru edu vainyora rock paintings atoona matopos kwese kwatinoenda kune message imo. Maybe ndoraifa kungeri Bible redu. Saka wedu Jesu ndiani?
Ibi history yangu
Alright. Saka ngati ndoda kuti munyore zvinyowani. Ndobadaita Jesu wedu Zimbabwe.
For example, Barnabas
Saka zvakusenswa pane censorship board vanobvisa
macanonic verses ndovamurutaura
kona achakona mamurima mamutora makawanda.
Listen, even if you put a content.
Right.
But we want to go to that.
Aiwa Godfather mirai makadaro nyaya iyoka inoda peji yayo. Right. Tatenda taonana but chimufunga izvinotaura tikazonzwa na Godfather nyaya but yavari kutaura. Taonana manje.
Okay, guys. My facts are Mamtara. I think 103 AD, somewhere around that time. That's when the Council of Nicaea convened kuti vagare pasi vanyore Bible. And because my understanding is actually the Bible was written 300 to 600 years after the death of Jesus Christ. And according to sources. Do we take the Bible as historical fact? Or not? That's the question. If we are to take the Bible as historical fact, then the world looks a totally different way. Then the world is a very young world, very young age. When they say, if you look at the pyramids themselves, the pyramids are much older than what they say the world is in terms of the Bible. Do you see what I'm saying? The pyramids are older than what the Bible says they are. Do you see what I'm saying? According to the Bible, the world is a few thousand years old. I think it's about 6,000 years old, 7,000 years old. But you know, you got civilizations in Egypt 8,000 years before, 8,000 years BC. And there you go. Nile Valley civilizations, BC, 8,000 years. You see what I mean? This is a new idea. This one here, it's a new idea. It's relatively young. We can give it 2,000 years, but no, it's not really 2,000 years. We can give it about 1,600 or maybe 1,500 years for it, of which it's already on a decline right now. Yeah, Christianity is not growing. Christianity is dying. The fastest growing religion, like I said, is Islam right now. All across the world, Islam is the fastest growing religion. And there you go. Doesn't make it true. It doesn't make it true. And it's also, we were colonized, and there you go. We were defeated, and we were defeated. So they did with us what they wanted to do with us, and there you go. Now we've got the time to relearn, to re-educate ourselves on certain things, and there you go. And this religion is one of those things we have to tackle. I'm afraid we have to tackle it. But the best way to tackle this thing is to inform people, give people the right information. Like I commented on your last video, it's a personal choice depending on the information you have. If you do want to nationalize it, then the debate should be had nationally. When all the facts historically are being put in place and we have professors and scholars and people of learning come and debate this, and so we can find a way forward. I'm interested in that too. I'm really interested in that. Yeah, kubika doro zvinhu zvanga zviri right. Maybe it goes into farara doro, who knows? But certainly we have to bring some of our things back, some of our cultures back, some of our ways back. Just because things, it's things that bring us back together and things we can celebrate and identify as authentically Zimbabwe. That kind of thing there. So we really don't need to conform to world religion. Like Derek was saying, they take away your land, and when they take away your land, they say don't worry about it. You're going to inherit in heaven. Do you see what I'm saying? So you're suffering here on earth and you want to complain about it. They tell you don't complain about it. God is in control. You are going to have your rewards in heaven. Okay? So you're pacified from complaining and taking proactive action about your situation now, and instead you're going to leave it in the hands of God, and if not, anyway, I'm going to have a better life in heaven. That kind of scenario there. That's what we are stuck with as Zimbabweans. Because as soon as of which there's a certain aspect of which is true. But where does personal responsibility come in? Where does personal responsibility come in? My drought, and do I know my acts of God? But question not irrigation or commander. You prepare for that thing. My drought. But you can you store things away, and so you look after yourself. And what religion has done is taking the responsibility from the person, from being able to be responsible and being responsible for themselves in every aspect of themselves. Zvinhu zvaunosiyira Mwari, zvinhu zvataisiyira Mwari, zvinhu zvanga zvakaita sekurwara kumugwagwa usingaexplaineki kwekuti zvati munhu akutofa, them kind of thing there. Unosiyira kuna Mwari. But after my exhausted my avenues ese zvinhu zvatraiwa and kuti tatrai my avenues ese takusiyira kuna Mwari. Not the first thing you do kana zvinhu zvaoma is kuzvipira kuna Mwari. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's the attitude we shouldn't be having, because it's not a fixed attitude. It's an attitude where you leave things for someone else to fix it. Because you've been told about God in a way perhaps is not true. You've been taught about God perhaps in a way that is not godlike. That's not Mari Zahari. Because when you're looking at history, so to speak, incidents, you get the feeling that no, we are left alone to our own devices here, and it's us as people who have to take responsibility for ourselves, and we decide whether something is good or not, because we can let evil prevail. And God has never come down in the middle of a war to stop people from fighting. I've never seen that happen. Upon a divine intervention, you see what I'm saying? So we really need to educate ourselves on a lot of levels. And religion is the number one killer for Africans. Religion is the number one destroyer for Africans. Catholicism, Islam, these are killers. They destroy our culture. And there you go. Both these are foreign things. And there you go. We go back to that thing of spirituality and religion. We don't need religion because we have culture. Do you see what I'm saying? So culturally, we are fine. And that's the way I see it. It's beautiful, Zamrugi Devzi. Why don't you open up a channel, Google Hangout or something, and so you can have more people coming on, debates, talk about these things. And